one of my spring favourites. We make some whale noises of our own, don't we, birds? Too much information, Millie. I do use a lot of dry shampoo. A lot of? Who am I? Crackers. Okay, so before we just get into this video, I have a couple of things to say. Of course, I am here editing on my bed, which seems to be all I do lately. But I have a couple of things. Firstly, no, I don't like the quality of my lighting. I think my video hasn't come out the way that I wanted it to, so sorry for that. I can't seem to get my ring light to work in my favour. It doesn't help that it's so gloomy outside. But I try all the different settings. I try it with my camera and my phone, and it never really comes as clear as I want it to. Maybe it's because I don't have that much space, or maybe it's just me, but that is the first point to note that I wanted to apologise for. And right now, of course, I'm in another hoodie as I'm back in my PJs for editing, but I wanted to note that in this video you will see hanging by the side of me my Victoria's Secret dressing gown. I definitely should have put that in my spring or essentials favourites, because I couldn't live without it. I love Victoria's Secret for many, many things, whether it's like traditionally the underwear and their fragrances. I have so many pyjamas, the dressing gowns, the sportswear. Literally, the shop can do no wrong. So yes, throughout the video, my dressing gown is hanging. It's Victoria's Secret and I love her. That's it. Enjoy the video. Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'd like to just tell you a few of my favourite things. So I was going to make this video for an April favourites, and then April was kind of like getting away from me. I thought maybe a May favourites, and then I thought, Millie, it's spring. Spring favourites it is. So right by my feet here I've got an unusual position again. I'm just sitting on my floor space, and it looks like I'm in a little I don't know what it looks like. I feel like Andy in the broom cupboard. No, that really showed my age. I have a few things by my feet here that I'd like to show you that I have. Okay, so I've mentioned this a few times, my lashes. I'm always trying to thicken them up, grow them out, make them better than I naturally have. And right now, this little gem, I will insert a closer picture because I don't think it's going to work for me. So this little gem is what I have been using now. For a little while. It does last a long time, depending on obviously how much you put on, how often you put it on, but it's a good 3 or 4 weeks worth, but I've had a couple. It's from Amazon. It is linked in the description. This one is called Eclat, I think, if that's how you pronounce it. It's just like many others with the little fine, can we see that little fine brush that you dab along the lash line, and they really are coming into their own. So that is one thing that I can't go without at the minute, because I want to use this time to get rid of all my little stubby lashes and lengthen them out ready, so when I can get a nice lash tint. I do wear mascara, but I like to look done kind of like all of the time, so I prefer just to get my lashes tinted, and this is helping me have those lashes. So that would be my first go-to for my spring favourites. All of my favourites that I'm going to be showing you right now, of course, I'm a shopaholic, I'm female, sorry on behalf of my gender, but I have a lot of favourites, so to try and narrow them down just to a short video has been tricky, so bear with me. I've got a few things that are kind of good for you and have been good for my skin and well-being. I think that's where we're going with spring favourites. So I have mentioned this many times. It is something that I didn't think I could actually yeah, I could live without, but I wouldn't want to live without it. And this is from Lush. This is the Aroma Water, a good old spritz on the face. I've been loving the sunshine we've been having this month. That was going to be one of my spring favourites, apart from the past few days it's been raining. So and I looked outside this morning. It is actually quite early, although it looks dull. It's 20 to 10 and it could be 7 o'clock at night by the look of the light outside. It's not great. I went out for a walk in the rain yesterday, but still, just because the sun isn't there doesn't mean you don't have to hydrate your skin. So this Aroma Water, a spritz in the day, a spritz whenever you need it, a spritz after I've washed my face. I put it on before I put a moisturiser or cleanser. So Aroma Water from Lush. Spring favourites. Speaking of Lush, this is an odd angle, thanks for that. Yeah, this bag is a little worn in, but I've been keeping it in the bag because it is one of Lush's naked products, so it doesn't come with any packaging. It was a little taller than that. Oh, it has a dog hair on it. It was a little taller than that, but that's the whole nature of it. It doesn't come with any packaging, so it's good for the planet. It literally smells amazing. Like, I had this in my box of toiletries and all I could smell every time I lifted the lid was this kind of like lemon fresh scent. It's called Little Pot of Energy Body Lotion. Although there is no pot because it's a naked one. So you literally just rub it onto your skin and it's like an oily finish, but not like a greasy, you couldn't handle things after. I do my whole body with this. It's amazing. It smells so good. The smell is not too strong that you would overpower other people, but it stays with you, so you really know that you have used something that smells edible actually. It smells like a lemon cheesecake, I think. Maybe I'm just craving cheesecake because it's been a while. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I've had some issues over the past few months actually with my teeth. Probably my fault. I do brush, but I've been having a few gum issues, and then over this past month my eating habits have all gone awry. That is totally my fault, but I don't think it's been helping my gums. I think they're kind of my Achilles heel as well. I have a lot of issues with like my tongue getting ulcers and flare-ups and things whenever my head perhaps isn't quite as straight as it should be. So I made a switch to a new toothpaste, and that toothpaste is from a brand called Spotlight Oral Care. So this particular one, like I say, I'll insert pictures again, is a toothpaste for gum health. For inflamed gums, bleeding gums, bad breath, which I hope I don't have, apart from maybe the garlic I ate yesterday. Yeah, so far so good. I have incorporated this with my Philips Sonicare toothbrush that I dug out. I think I mentioned a couple of videos ago. I got back into using my electric toothbrush. Don't know why I ever put it away and then forgot about it because it's amazing. So between the two of them and this mouthwash that I also got, because as I was ordering this online I thought I might as well make use of the delivery. This is actually from the same brand, of course, Spotlight Oral Care, but it's a mouthwash for teeth whitening. So both in for a penny, in for a pound. They're both green products, so they are vegan friendly, so I'm all about that. They're ocean safe, 100% recyclable, and this is alcohol free mouthwash, so definitely spring favourites. Now, I keep seeing myself in the reflection and I keep thinking my Apple Watch is on show. And of course, I'm back in my hoodie. So Adeline Moran merch. I could say that Adeline Moran is a spring favourite, my Apple products are spring favourites, but you know, at this point, they're my always favourites. So it's kind of redundant to keep mentioning my love of things. Is it? Nah, I just like talking about them. Yeah, so I'm actually filming as ever on my iPhone 11. I normally do my sit down videos like this on my camera, my Canon camera, but I thought, as I just mentioned in, I think it was the last vlog, that you can actually YouTube on your phone, I thought why not do my sit down videos on my phone. So just going to digress for a second. Of course, there's a lot of shadow behind me. I'm having difficulty. I do have my ring light and I've got the natural light coming from the window, but there's not much light going around. I've played around with the settings on my ring light, and this is as good as I get. Perhaps it's telling me that I look better in the dark. I don't blame it. Okay, moving on before I crack up. Sticking with things that are good for you, and of course we did just talk Lush, the keeping your face hydrated. You may notice I've got a little tan because I've been going out for my daily exercise, those walks every day. We've had some fantastic sunshine, which was definitely a spring favourite that I hope comes back. I have been using this sunscreen on my face. Now, I do use a lot of different brands of sunscreen. I have to just put that out there. I don't have one, just because like they're for different things, like whether it's for extra protection on the go, like the size of them, the SPF, their easeability, is that a word? But this particular one, this is probably about the third bottle of this I've used now. It is hypoallergenic and it is a factor 50. It's like a dry, does it say on it that it's dry? It says it's for fair and sensitive skin, so hopefully you'd have no problems with this. Yeah, non-greasy, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, you literally just close your eyes, hold your breath, spritz it all over, and away you go. I just feel like putting a cream on my face doesn't work so well for me because I do kind of sweat it off, especially as it's been as hot as it has been, and out walking and things, especially with my sunglasses on. So I do find that this particular one, it's a Garnier Amber Soleil, and once again I will insert a picture, but yes, spring favourite, sunscreen. It's always a good idea to wear sunscreen whatever you use. It is just a way of protecting yourself, not just in the sun all of the time. Like I say, this is probably one that I would use if I'm going out in the hot sun for a walk and things, but I do have like sunscreen in other moisturisers and makeups and things just to make sure that you're always protected, to make sure you don't age prematurely. I think that is my biggest concern, especially when I like up close and I start editing and I see all the wrinkles. I'm like, sunscreen is definitely a key. So sticking on the protection of the face front, once again, I'm just going to put it out there, I couldn't choose one. These are my 3 go-tos. I'm not saying that I wouldn't pick anything else up off a shelf if I was somewhere or something was suggested to me, but pretty much year on year, these are what I would go to. So they're quite well loved, a little empty right now. But this particular one is the Peach and Mango Burst of Carmex. I do have another one in my little walking pouch. I've been using a little bomb bag to go walking. That should have been a spring favourite actually. And that one does have a factor 15 in it. I'm not sure what flavour it is, but they are very handy, very nourishing. And actually I first heard about Carmex, dare I say, about 15 years ago on set. I was doing an advert for Lemsip and they used it to seal in the lipstick when they'd done my makeup. So that was the original, you know, like the strong scented one. But I like it. But these new flavours are part of my spring favourites. Next up, another go-to. This one is Lana Lips, also very well loved, you can see there. Now I do have Lana Lips in other flavours and tinted colours as well, so in kind of pretty much every handbag I have, and a spare one in the car. I always keep extras lying around, especially when Boots, the chemist, they do them like on 3 for 2. I always try and get like the different varieties. So Lana Lips is another good favourite. I will advise though, if you are keeping this in the car, it will go solid, especially if you live in the UK and it's cold a lot. So yeah, I have found that you have to kind of like knead it into be able to get it out of the end if you've left it in the car, because it does get, like now I'm trying to squeeze it. Yeah, no. Yeah, you have to keep that one warm or it won't be coming out. Now this little beauty is Burt's Bees. Last one for my lips. This particular one is the honey flavour. But I do have many. I got gifted a lovely set of these for my birthday, I want to say. Maybe it was Christmas. They're kind of close together, so I can't remember which was which, but this is probably about the 4th one I've got through since Christmas anyway, because I have like the different tints and the different smells, and I love it. It's very hydrating, this one. You can get these with SPF as well, and I did have a mint one, which was interesting. I liked it. It had a little tingle to it. But Burt's Bees, I think for many things, not just lips, like for skin as well, I do very much enjoy their brand. So yes, this honey one is keeping me going right now because I am a honey fan. And on that note, I would like to bring out my next spring favourite, which is this Wilks & Sons honey. So I'll insert a better picture, I guess. You can see I'm getting through it. Now this one, courtesy of my dad, he got me onto this brand, Tiptree, I guess. There's a lot of names going on the front of this. Yeah, Tiptree, I think, is the actual brand I should have been saying. This one is Orange Blossom, which is my favourite right now, but they do so many. And online, I believe, if it's still on there, I should have just double checked, it was a couple of weeks ago, they're doing free deliveries. So I think it's important to, especially with what we're going through right now, to look after your insides and just be a little healthy. Now I love to drink hot water with honey and lemon in it, or just honey in it. I like having honey in my coffee. I have black coffee. Honey is just good for you. So I think this is important, along with, like, say, the toothpaste that I bought for the gum health. Now is not really a time that you want to be heading to the dentist or the doctors if it's not like a major problem. I'm not saying don't go, you know, please do go if there's something wrong with you. But if there's anything that you can do just to keep your immune system up and keep yourself a little bit healthy, I think honey would be up there on my spring favourites list. Nothing else around my feet, just checking. So where to go next? I have so many thoughts of what I want to say I'm doing, or, you know, my favourites for spring right now, but let me tell you, TV. I'm watching a lot of TV. My insomnia is in full swing, and of course YouTube. I've got so many channels that I love to watch, so it's been a perfect time to actually binge watch further back in their history. So perhaps some of the channels that I'm a bit newer to, like in the past 12 or 18 months, I'm kind of going back through their playlists and seeing what they had to offer beforehand. But the other thing is that a lot of YouTubers are actually putting out a lot more work as well. So it is nice to have a lot to binge watch of your favourites. But Amazon Prime is up there on my favourites right now. There's so much, I can't even tell you. If I tell you all the things that I'm into and that I'm watching between Amazon Prime and Netflix, you would never leave the house. Okay, you can't leave the house right now, so that's okay. But yeah, you would never sleep either. I'm actually going back and rewatching something that I watched probably about 5 years ago. I finished watching. I only got to the end of season 10, but when I come to watch them this time, I couldn't remember how far I'd gotten, so I thought, right, I'm going to go back to the beginning. I think there's like 16 or 17 seasons now, so I'm actually now on season 11, but I started from 1. So I've spent the past couple of weeks rewatching, and that show is NCIS. Now, for those of you in the know, I did spend 10 years working at sea, not quite in the Navy, but it was the Merchant Navy, and I do have an affinity with being at sea. I dream about it regularly. I miss it immensely, and if there's any way that I can one day get a boat, I'm not saying that I'll be able to ever afford a ship, you know, rent out a cruise ship for a week, that would be nice. No other passengers, especially with today's climate. But no, if I could ever have a boat or a yacht and be at sea, I think my affinity is with the water, and NCIS just has characters that you can't help fall in love with. And one of my favourite characters has this as her companion. This is Bert. It is actually official NCIS merch from my my last obsession with NCIS, you know, about 5 years ago when I was watching it incessantly. I bought this when I was actually on the ships, and this was my little companion when I was away from home for like 8 months at a time. So he doesn't have a battery in right now, or else he does, shall we say, pass wind. That is his character trait in this show, and he does actually do it. But I let the battery run out and didn't renew that, just because yeah, if you sleep with him and roll over, it sounds like you have wind in the night. Okay, so that pretty much sums up my spring favourites for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I promise I'm not slipping into insanity, am I, Bert? No, see, Bert agrees. Actually, I should just say one final spring favourite is the top knot, the messy bun, the hair up situation. I am loving the hair up situation just because I have roots and I'm lazy. No, just because it's easy. I do use dry shampoo. I'm using Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner, which I absolutely adore. I should have put that in my favourites. There's just so many. Maybe I'll do late spring favourites before I do my summer favourites. No. I did show that I enjoy Function of Beauty when I did my little skincare routine a few weeks back. I'll pop it up above anyway, but this video is getting very long, and the more I start to talk, the crazier I sound. So do give this video a little thumbs up if you enjoyed it or you smiled at least once. Hopefully you did, and do subscribe to my channel if you are new here. I'd love to have you stick around for the journey, and even hit that bell if you want to be notified next time I'm going to be popping on with another video. I think next time we're going to be talking a bit more YouTube. We have some things to say. Actually, I should just say, oh gosh, I have so much to say. One of my spring favourites. How did I forget this? Like, my channel finally got monetised. Ah! Thank you so much to each and every one of you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, just being there with me. I'm going to talk more about that in the next video, but yes, 9.5 months in, and we got there, we got monetised, so thank you so much. Okay, so do stay safe, stay home, stay with me, subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side.